For the first time in more than 5.5 years, we finally tonight have a few new answers to a question that has loomed over Indiana and over the town of Delphi. Who killed Abby Williams and Libby Jones?
From the end of the bridge to, you got to go through. Now, I believe that the bodies were found about 50.
Born from a family's grief and determination. In April of 2020, Army soldier Vanessa Guillen went missing while stationed at one of the largest military installations.
That little music in the background that goes, "Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious."
Right.
Knew about it or was there. He's as guilty as the person who committed it.
Chilling details in the arrest of a suspected serial killer caught before he could strike again.
They dropped the ball, man. They said he went AWOL, and that he was a deserter, and nobody went to look for him.
Today is not a day to celebrate, but the arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder.
Like I said, we're going back. We were asked last time to kind of talk about the food, the grub truck video, and kind of give our perspective of it. The press release from the police department, it indicated that they're still trying to put pieces together from that night. Does that worry you at any point or at any bit that they're still trying to put those pieces together?
It's been over 5 weeks since little Kaylee Anthony vanished. Her mother, Casey, has been arrested for lying to police. She's being held without bail.
Hey, greetings from the year 3000. It still sucks. This is Philip J. Fry, and you're listening to The Drunken Turkey Show, your one-stop for this sort of thing. Hit that button, like and subscribe. You know what to do, just like every other podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Drunk Turkey Show. I'm your host, Daniel J. Right now, going solo for the moment. Big Blue is on his way. He'll be in here momentarily. We got some breaking news that we felt that we needed to come on board and talk to you guys about. This is something that I haven't even spoken to the guys about, but I've been thinking about doing. And let me know in the live chat if you guys think we should do something like this. But I was thinking about doing a morning show, maybe 2-3 times a week. Also, not to interrupt the evening show. Let me know in the live chat if you guys would like to see a morning hour show, live show. Put in a 1 in the live chat for yes, 2 for no. But with that all the way, hit that like, hit that subscribe. He's in the building, but just not on the screen. And so we had some breaking news. We have basically a Pennsylvania court has unsealed additional documents in the Idaho University murders, revealing that police sealed several different items today, during that raid on Bryan Kohberger's home or his parents' home in the Poconos. So there's a lot of information that's here that's just kind of repetitive from the original search warrant that was released earlier. A lot of the same wordage as to what they're looking for and why they're looking for it. This is all basically the same. Once you get to the part where the receipt of inventory, again, this says see attached FBI FD 597, which is this report right here. So I haven't really gone into this in depth. I looked at it briefly, just kind of scanned through it really. This is really my first time looking at this. So let's look into it. Let's break it down. So this is his address, which is not, it was redacted in yesterday's, but in today's, it's wide open there. 119, was that Lamstone or Sloan Drive in Albertsville, Pennsylvania. So the first thing right off the bat that they recovered, and I'm assuming based on the amount of items that they've recovered, that this is from the house. Because I know part of it is the house and part of it is the vehicle. I'm just going to scroll through it. No, it's all put together in the same. So this is the house and the vehicle. They recovered quite a bit. So the first thing that they recovered is a knife. Doesn't say what style knife, doesn't say anything. But if they're recovering it, it's one of two reasons. One, It was either in the vehicle, and they're having to recuperate and document everything that was taken out of that vehicle, or it has importance to the case, right? They're not going to go in there, and if they found like a pocket knife in his drawer, they're not going to collect that. There's no need to collect that pocket knife. They would only collect the knife that they felt had to do something with the case. And so unless it was a pocket knife that was in the vehicle and they're taking inventory of it because they're going to possess the vehicle, and then everything in that car is going to be taken inventory of, doesn't mean it's necessarily evidence. It's just, that they found an item in there. For instance, if there was a portable Game Boy type of game, it has no relativeness or nothing related to the case. It would be picked up. It would be put in on an evidence receipt and or a property receipt, which is what this is, receipt for property. And so this is collect and seized. And so my opinion, it's very interesting, especially if they took it from the home, because there's several different knives there. So this tells me that perhaps maybe if this was from the home, then I would think that this is a knife similar to the knife that they suspect was used in the commission of the crime, in my opinion. And so, yeah, the first thing they picked up is a knife. Second is a book with underlining on page 118. I wonder what book that is. I haven't read anything. I really haven't listened to anybody else talking about this. So if you guys know what book they're referring to, please let me know. AT&T bill for Bryan Kohberger. See, this leads me to believe that this right here is in the car. I don't understand why they would need the AT&T bill. They already have the warrant for his cellular, device and phone and everything, that's all the data that's on it. I'm not sure why they would need the bill for it. A Glock 22 Gen 5 40 caliber serial number. That tells me I believe this was in the house. I don't think this was in his car. Smith & Wesson pocket knife. So this one describes a pocket knife. This one up here don't describe a pocket knife. So we can say that the top item is not a pocket knife, which would lead us to believe that it's probably a larger knife. Man, could that be the knife that he used? Do you guys think that he took the knife with him all the way from, Washington to Pennsylvania, took it with him? Let me know in the comment section. Hit 1 if you think, yeah, he did take it with him. Hit 2 if you think this is just a different knife. Let's see. Folder containing vehicle paperwork, probably when he just redid his license plates. A laptop model number, green leafy substance in a green container. The way that is described, that's marijuana. Documents, green leafy substance in a bag, white paper with password, power cable, cell phone. So here's a cell phone. This is the cell phone that, last night me and the guys were wondering, where is it at? Why hasn't it been recovered? This leads me to believe that this was probably from inside the house. I don't think he left this in his phone, in his car. And so you have certain things here that lead me to believe that were found in the car, some in the house. So there is no specific order when it comes to this list as far as, which items were found first or anything like that. It just seems to me that they went in there, conducted the raid, and just pulled everything out and probably took pictures and documented where they did. But when it came to this property receipt, they just kind of wrote everything down as they saw it, not so much in the order that they collected it or where they found it at. And by the way, Big Blue is coming on board here pretty soon. 3 Glock 40 caliber magazines. They were all empty. So you do remember that there wasn't any yelling. There wasn't much of a fight. except for maybe Xana. That was the one that was described that had a lot of significant injuries. That would be, a fight. One person, 4 victims. Maybe perhaps he used a gun as a means for threat to control. Let's see what else. I think that says either boots. Cannot tell. Number 15. Number 16 says black face masks. All right, so that's a pretty big clue because he's got black face mask. That's what Dylan described. A guy wearing an all black. If she stated the mask that he had on his mouth and nose was a black face mask, then that leads, that's another, circumstantial piece of evidence to go along with their case. Now, and like I've said this many times before, when it comes to a defense, they're going to want to attack every piece individually. So, if I was a defense attorney, I would say, so what? Black face masks, we're just out of, the C-19. People had face masks during that time. But then you have, the prosecution is like, yeah, understand, but you have to put the black face masks along with his phone not being in operation during the time of the commission of the crime. You put the fact that he was operating a vehicle without a front license plate, out and about during the wee hours of the morning on the night of the incident. You add, the height, the build, the weight, the eyebrows. Once you put it all together, then it just kind of points in that one direction. It's still very circumstantial, 100%. I'm interested to see what kind of evidence, or not evidence, but like what kind of what they have when it comes to that knife. If they found any DNA, if they found any if there was any blood residue, things of that nature on the knife sheath. On the knife. Sorry about that. So let's see. We've got the black face mask, prescription, black gloves, 1 black hat, 1 black mask. That's interesting. So they have black face masks, and yet they have one over here considered a black mask. Something just, it's not the same. It's described, it's separated. So that means it's a different item, and it's different completely with 1 black hat. Not looking good. It's not looking good. Let me scroll that there. All right. So number 20, personal identifying documents, New Balance shoes, name, I can't read that, colored jackets, this is a shirt, pants. I think that says dune colored or dark colored. All right, I gotta see it now. I'm sorry about that, y'all. The handwriting on here isn't very, very well. So it's dark colored pants, jacket, shirt, jacket. So a lot of dark clothing is what he had with him. A clear plastic glove. Gosh, man, this handwriting is bad, y'all. I apologize for not being able to read that right. So another Glock, some photographs. Oh man, what kind of photo or photographed? I'm assuming that's photographed, but criminal psychology book, DeSales University, something there. That guy's probably tired. It's probably early in the morning, but this handwriting looks a little bit better on this page. I apologize, y'all. No notification. Man, I apologize for that. That is weird. I'm sorry if y'all didn't get the notification. Jaime G goes, sounds like he had a complete kill kit. Yeah, it sounds like there was enough there. Items photographed but not taken. Maybe. So he is from a place that has a lot of snow and very cold temps, so it's possible to have a black mask there, especially being COVID and masking up. Yeah, that's true too. You know, this is Idaho, Washington area, and even where he's from is in Pennsylvania. During this time of year of December, around the 1st, for him to have a black ski mask or one of those type of masks wouldn't be probably uncommon for the area either. So that does make a lot of perfect sense. I mean, that's what it looks like sometimes, man. It's YouTube's fault. It sure is. It sure is. But let me know when you're ready to come on board. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Big Blue in the house.
What's going on, everybody?
Not much, man. Not much, dude. We're just trying to get through this. So far, just, you know, with what you missed up to this point, they had a lot of bad handwriting in this, but there's a knife. There was a book with the page 118 underlined with it, which I haven't seen in the live chat if anybody knew what book he had on him. I'm not sure. And so there was a couple. So this list here is a combination of what was in his car and what was in the house. And so they picked up his phone, they picked up a laptop, they picked up a couple black masks, black hat, black gloves, some marijuana, and a knife. The knife is probably the biggest one that's kind of sticking out to me. They also picked up a pocket knife. And so that first one listed on the top with, knife, that leads me to believe also, just because it was listed number one, that's probably a big piece of evidence. What do you think, Blue?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what type of knife it is. Maybe it's the murder weapon. We don't know. We'll see.
Well, if it's not the murder weapon, then it's a weapon that is very similar to. And the reason I say that is because that's the only reason to put that on here, is that he has either a collection of, or has on his person or has had. Oh, I'm gonna pull you out real quick, Blue. You're making a lot of noise there while you're out of the shot there. Either that, or he has had that he's had those type of weapons with him. And so a lot of dark clothing, criminal psychology book, documents, that's what it says, documents, and DeSales University something. And that's kind of where we're at right now. We're getting up to number 33 is an extra large Columbia Navy fleece, some drawings, glove 10, something inside glove, inside box. Criminology books, dark colored hat, black glove. So they're finding a lot of just gloves everywhere. We talked last night. I mentioned that his hands were red in a lot of the pictures that that you see him in. I felt that he was the kind of guy that washes his hands quite often. You see him throwing his trash out with gloves. You think he's just a neat freak, or do you think there's something nefarious with all these black gloves around?
I think he was trying to probably stop them collecting his DNA, but he also sounds like a neat freak.
Yeah.
The way because in his apartment, it didn't look like it was messy, like they said. It's just pretty clean.
Yeah. No, you're right. This says C grade bear. Man, I have no idea. Samsung solid state drive. Black box Samsung. I'm guessing that's a serial number of some kind in the glove box, or Uptune in box. More black gloves, black hat, another black hat, dark green short sleeve shirt, black long sleeve shirt, black sweatshirt, gray jacket, 2 pair of black pants, 1 pair of black jeans. You're right there, Blue?
Yeah. I was just adjusting my new laptop I got. It's wider than my other one, so I was trying to get the angle all set up and everything.
All right, sounds good, man. Try muting it next time because it's like really loud in my ears.
Okay, it's my mic. Let me lower the mic, probably.
Two
right
black.
there.
Yeah, you're fine there. 2 black long sleeve shirts, 2 black pants. So a lot of clothes. Motherboard of some kind. Washington State University paperwork. Note from Bryan. Note from Bryan from Montana. And so there's a note from Bryan from Montana. I think that's what it says. Craftsman shop vac. Medical. I don't know what it says. Some and court documents. And so let's see. Next thing, note to dad from Bryan. So he had a note from Bryan from maybe it's his sister. Spiral notebook. Clothing, I think is what that says. HP, computer, Linux, and password. So laptop, there we go. A medallion of some kind. Something with a serial number. So they took a couple swabs, pair of dark clothes, boots, and a pair of boots. Now, I had read in an article that they took some more stuff out of. Let me see. Yeah, that's stuff we already read. So this it just goes back into the probable cause affidavit that we've all gone through. Anything stands out to you, Blue?
I mean, the gun is what I was wondering. I'm pretty sure he didn't use it, but like maybe that's how he kept them a little more quiet, like intimidated wise. I don't know. And then
see, I didn't see this part in the documents, and this is for the 2015 Hyundai Elantra. It says swabs, Ziploc bag with pink zipper, 7-9 something plastic baggie with green zipper, 36 dimes, 32 nickels, 8 pennies, gloves, receipt, car, insurance card, car registration, hiking boots, comfort in room, key holder, and stay information, tire something shovel. So he had a shovel with him. Yeah, he had a shovel with him in his car. You think he dug something?
yeah, well, I think it says tire, prawns, shovel, and goggles.
Yeah, that does what that says. We have a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Tamara. Good morning, loves. Hit that like. 281 watching and only 76 likes. Yeah. Let's get that like up. Come on, y'all. Don't cost anything. Help us out.
And I'll tell you what. I think this new computer I got is working pretty good. I can see all the videos now that on my phone.
Hey, man. Sometimes that's all it is. So, what do you think about these goggles? What kind of goggles do you think they are?
He wasn't wearing any at the scene, so I'm pretty sure they're just probably like swimming goggles or he is up north. Maybe they're skiing goggles.
That's true. Skiing goggles. I was trying to figure out what he'd wear swimming goggles for. I mean, yeah, I thought maybe he'd throw a weapon in the water or whatnot, but it was cold. This is November in Idaho, so skiing goggles probably makes more sense.
Yeah.
So they took the floor mats, reflective vest, used water bottles, wrench, door panels, seat cushions, headrest, seat belt, visor, fiber. So that's not part of the visor. It's just says fiber. I wonder if that fiber is like a piece of cloth from one of the seats or something that they may have found something on. They took the brake pedal, the gas pedal, a phone charger, a Band-Aid, wrappers, maps, documents, the seatbelt, and a boot.
Yeah, they would take the petals and stuff just to see if there's any blood residue, like the dry blood, generally get DNA off of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, and like they had the supposed footprint, right? Like you were saying, the guy may have stepped in and clearly stepped in blood at one point. If it was the killer, then you would assume that there would be some kind of transfer from that. Night vision goggles. I don't know.
I never know.
I don't know. Jaime thinks he has a swimmer's build. Let's see. You know what? Let me do some investigation real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably was a swimmer. I mean, he does have a Michael Phelps kind of look to him.
Let's see. So night vision goggles, you can get a pair for $150.
Yeah.
It's not too. They're probably not the most, cool. They're just like binoculars. Yeah. Went in with something on his head. It's a little bit more. But I mean, it's possible on the night vision goggles. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. It is absolutely insane. Do you think they got him?
I mean, I think they got more. I mean, they already had this evidence, so they're building a case on what they've had. So I think they got some decent ideas. Like some of the DNA profiling stuff takes time, so if they find anything on the petals, they have to get all that ran and try to match it to somebody. So we'll see. We'll see if anything pops up later.
Yeah. Shovel snow. Yeah, that's true too. That's true. There is a ton of snow up there, and that could be why he has a shovel out there. But what I would be doing is trying to take samples of that shovel, see if there's I don't know, dirt or rocks that are specific for a certain area that could help him out. You know what I mean? But it's a needle in a haystack type of thing. But it is, maybe. Let's see.
I mean, everybody says, what if he went and discarded the knife? He could have discarded the knife, at the Walmart trash can, McDonald's trash can when he went to the drive-thru, and it's long gone now. So it's hard to find those kind of
for sure
evidence without him saying where he put it. So
Bobby J asks, so is this the stuff that was in his car or apartment? So this is the stuff that we just talked about, which is right. About the headrest, the brake pedal, and all that other stuff. That was the car right here. The remaining docs that we went through, that was for his parents' house, I believe. So I think everything else that we got was from his parents' house. The knife, the book with the underlining page of 118, all that other stuff was from his parents' house. Yeah. So I'm sure they're going to be, testing out that car for DNA and blood evidence, things of that nature. Reflective vest was taken from his car. Do you think that's a issued reflective vest from the Pullman Police Department?
It's hard to tell, man. Like even the safety kits come with vests sometimes, or like I have vests because I go dump trash at the dumps, so it just varies.
Right. Yeah, I know, but the fact that he is or was a criminologist, he applied for an internship at the police department nearby, at both police departments. Would make sense. Oh, also the hiking boots. He was gone for several hours throughout, in the mountains or whatever. With his phone not working after the murders and during the murders. It's been assumed that there's a possibility that he went out there and dug up something, maybe hid the evidence somewhere. There's shovel, there's hiking boots, there's goggles, reflective vests. Let's see. Now, this is just what they gathered from the arrest, right? This is what they were able to do inside. They took swabs of things. Now, what they swabbed, I would assume, they took several swabs here, and so I'm assuming they may or may not have DNA. We won't know at this time because this is just during the collection of these items, what they found out of those swabs, and or if there was any other DNA evidence or blood, that wouldn't come in until later, unless there was something that said a red stain, which I didn't read that.
So he could be wearing it to be jogging at night, which I've seen a lot of people do. People get hit by cars all the time just jogging down the street.
Oh yeah, man, 100%, 100%. And so, Ziploc bag with pink zipper. Ziploc bag with pink zipper. Okay. I'm just assuming that's just a regular Ziploc bag. Odd color for a zipper. Yeah, I mean, they took the seat cushions, they took the seats, the door panels, the headrest. The headrest too, they took the pillow casing that had the red stains on it. They're taking the headrest, and they think maybe there's he got
maybe
some DNA in his hair.
Well, maybe like if there was an altercation, and when a struggle with one of the victims, and maybe he got his cut from hitting his head on something, then
Right.
maybe there'd be blood from him, or maybe there was some of their blood when they were like maybe. Who knows if they pulled on his hair and stuff like that? If there was that kind of altercation, and maybe there's a scratch.
Yeah.
And they could have rubbed some DNA off, or they're just trying to match it from a cut that he has on the back of his head somewhere.
True. So, Cranky One says, "What would they find in your car, Blue? What would they find in your car?"
Oh man, my car. I mean, I cleaned it the other day. I got like 2 garbage bags worth of stuff, just trash. My kids, there's cookies and McDonald's wrappers and cups and toys and Barbie dolls, my clothes, and at the end you'll find like a jack and maybe a jump starter and some oil. That's about it.
In my car,
no empty beer bottles, no empty wine bottles, or nothing like that. I don't drink and drive.
In my car, mine, you'll find absolutely nothing but 2 seats because it's gutted out, ready for the track. There ain't nothing in there. Actually, it's not ready for the track. It's ready to get the interior to put back in. I took it all out long story short, I'm restoring a car. Took all the interior out, got the car painted. Now I just got to put it all back in. Let's see. But the other news that had came up was that there was apparently a secret meeting between Bryan Kohberger, his attorney, and the prosecution and the judge, referencing Bryan Kohberger's attorney and Taylor possible conflict of interest. Some barbecue sauce just in case he runs into some chicken nuggets. Yeah, that's true. Bryan Kohberger agreed to keep Ann Taylor as defense attorney during a secret court hearing in January. Newly unsealed court documents reveal Idaho murder suspect Bryan Kohberger, public defender, told a judge she had no conflict of interest that would prevent her from representing Kohberger. A public defender, Ann Taylor, told Lawtell County Magistrate Judge Megan Marshall during a secret court hearing in late January that she has never met the murder victim, Xana Kernodle's mother, and has never provided her legal advice. Kaylee Goncalves, Xana's mother, previously said Taylor represented her in a felony drug case out of Kootenai, I probably butchered that up, County. She told News Nation's Ashley Banfield that she felt heartbroken and betrayed after Taylor withdrew from her case to represent Kohberger. She also claimed that she had given Taylor power of attorney. So I know this has nothing to do with the incident or the crime itself. But one of these people was lying. Miss Kernodle, mother, she's going through, a lot, and is claiming that she felt betrayed and that she had given her power of attorney. And then you have Ann Taylor saying that she's never met her. What do you think about that situation, Blue?
I think that's pretty crazy that she never met her, but she did. She defended her. She's got to come in and sign paperwork, and then she had her paralegal do all that stuff. And I don't think I've never used a lawyer, so I guess I've been lucky. But I would think if I would at least like to meet the lawyer that I'm having represent me.
Right. I think she made a statement that she's like in charge of, like she's on all the paperwork or something like that. Well, here it goes. Taylor explained to the judge that because she is the chief public defender, her name appears on nearly all the letterhead for the public defender's office, whether she is the acting attorney or not. She says she had no contact or relationship with Xana Kernodle and never met or provided her with legal advice regarding felony drug case or a 2017 misdemeanor case. Taylor says she explained the situation to prosecutors in Kohberger's case and the ISB bar counsel's office, who agreed that there's no conflict as long as Kohberger is comfortable with Taylor remaining on his case. Kohberger confirmed to the judge that he was comfortable with Taylor remaining as his defense attorney. Taylor is a public defender for Idaho's Katina County, but was contradicted to represent Kohberger in Lawtech County, where Moscow student slayings were carried out because of her expertise in handling capital cases. And the rest is just stuff that we already know. And so, I tend to believe the lawyer, to be honest with you. What do you think, Blue? You're muted, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Hunter sent me a message. He says, in my truck, you would find 20 drunk turkey hats, 1 custom drunk turkey Yeti tumbler for the upcoming giveaway.
That's true. That is true. So please hit that like and subscribe, y'all. Ring that notification bell. That way you're notified of all of our content. And I would encourage you guys to join our membership, as on Friday nights we do a show. And then afterwards, for about 30 minutes or so, we do an after show just for the members only. You don't want to miss it. So we highly encourage you. And it helps support the channel and support and promote the show. It gets us getting more information. And we plan to go out to a couple places. We're going to go to, we plan to go to the trial for Richard Allen, be on scene there, perhaps also the Bryan Kohberger trial. And so it'll help us out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We're not leaving yet, but just like throwing the peace sign.
Yeah. We're not leaving nowhere. Shocking News Nation live and paid her off. It could be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it just seemed kind of like they try to paint this picture for even the attorney that she's corrupt. She shouldn't be, she should excuse herself from this case. She's just doing it for publicity or money. And that's not the case at all. There's, by population, Idaho is not the largest state by any means. And so you're going to have a lack of people that are qualified to represent a capital case like this. And she's one of the few that are in that state, if not the only on that part of the state. And so, that's what it all boils down to. Didn't Ann Taylor also represent the Mogen's family? It's possible. Based on what she stated, as far as that she's the chief attorney there at her firm, that she would be on all the letterheads. So it's quite possible that she was or has met with them as well. That's a good comment. That's a good comment. You guys, 15 likes and 350. Oh yeah, we need to get that like button up. Let's get that button. What do you have? What else you got, Big Blue?
No, that I'm trying to read the comments on there, and I just want to think. It's crazy how last night you're on the show. You guys were talking about how the phone was missing and everything, and today it always pops up. That's happened a few times where we say something, and the next day it pops up on the news. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
Well,
coincidence.
yeah, it's a crazy coincidence, but it's one of those things that was just kind of eye popping. Like, where the hell's the phone at? Well, Jaime mentioned last night. He's like, hey, well, they had the pictures. They said that he had pictures of one of the victims, so they had to have gotten it somewhere. So it's like, all right, that's true. Maybe they got it from the phone. Maybe they got it from the house raid. Sure enough, it was in the house raid. They used, they opened the device and got to look at what pictures he had and things like that.
Now,
It's
I wonder
crazy.
which book they confiscated, and I wonder what the saying is that he has highlighted.
I do too, man. It's got to be something crazy or a big deal for it to be in there.
Yeah.
Because this is just the evidence receipt. This isn't anything. Like this is solely the evidence receipt. This is just a description of the property that we have. That way, you can't dispute what kind of property it is. Now, it's not the arrest report. It's not the supplemental reports or any of those things where you would go into detail as far as what the evidence is that's being seized and why it's important. To have that highlighted, that page 118 is underlined, man, it's a riddle that I want to solve. I want to know what book is this and what's on page 118.
Somebody's asking if they found the murder weapon. No, not necessarily, but they did confiscate a knife from the parents' home of Bryan Kohberger. So,
G goes, watch it be the BTK book. You know what? Let's figure that out real quick. What's on page 118 of the?
And then the medallion also is a question to me. Is like, was it like a satanical medallion? That kind of stuff. So that interests my mind right there. See what the medallion is.
Yeah. Let's see. It's not your fault. Page 118. Let's see. Well, page 118.
I think the other thing I saw on there was that the photos. I want to see if he was stalking them, or he took photos at the scene. That's my other question.
Yeah, I concur with you. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so this is page 118 of BTK's book, Inside the BTK. Those photos, and his defense attorney will say he's unstable and only offered up what he saw in the pictures. Don't trick him to try to play games because he's enough of a police bluff to know what's going on. He rested and ready for a long interview. You want him to be the one who fades out. In the end, he may be looking for some sort of face-saving scenario. Don't bring up his killings of young children because he doesn't want to be known as a child taker. That's not a healthy reputation to have in prison. Get him thinking that maybe he was in a trance when he committed his murders. If he's arrogant, then he'll be nonchalant. Let him speak in the third person if he wants. So that's just the first paragraph. It's talking about that. So it's not this book. Hi, man. It's a different BTK book, not the Inside the Mind. Let's see. At the same time as your interview, you need to be performing a simultaneous search of his residence. This is kind of eerie, right? Like, this is what they did. If he gets tipped off in advance that this is what you're going to do, he won't destroy his stash, but he will move it. Drill it into his head that you're not going to stop going until you solve this case because you know it is solvable. What you want is for him to become extremely rigid. That's going to mean he's losing control and you're gaining control. I wonder what this is in reference to. Is this in reference to BTK, or is this in reference to BTK talking about other because I've never read this book. So I don't know if this is BTK referencing if you're talking to a serial killer, do this. This is the way you catch him. And this is page 108.
And I wanted to just comment on Seth Robinson's question. They did find a knife, but they're not saying it's the murder weapon. It's just saying it's a knife they confiscated at their house.
Mm-hmm.
So just to answer your question.
Yeah, they just found it. They never said what type of knife. I would assume it's not a pocket knife, solely because of the fact that they confiscated another knife and they wrote down pocket knife as that being described. The fact that they confiscated it from the house, I assure you, there's more than just that one knife, right? And so, if there's more than that one knife, why didn't they confiscate all the knives and only this one? Well, that leads me to believe that this one knife that they confiscated either was a tool in the crime or very similar to a tool that was used in the crime, if that makes sense. As far as medallion, man, that would be crazy if they found a medallion that's like one of the victims. Yeah. I know Ethan was in sports. I don't know if Xana or Maddie or Kaylee were. I don't think so. I don't remember reading that.
Somebody put on there with a sheeted kitchen knife and a pocket knife. I have to read more into it to see.
Yeah, I had heard that they found something with a sheath as well. And so it's insane, man. It's insane. Like it's like everything that they took out can be something suspicious, and then it really can be nothing. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying that the tangent medallion, it's a computer, so it's not a necklace. So I have to look up and see on that paperwork, see if it is a medallion or it is that computer.
You know, where do you remember when I said it? Were you already on the?
Yeah, I was already on the live. It was in the list of like where the car goggles and everything was.
Okay. So it was over here. Maps, shovel, goggles, floor mats, vest, branch. Comfort and room key, sky information, tire, irons, shovel, goggles, floor mats, reflective vest, wrench, cushion, headrest, seatbelt, visor, fibers, brake pedal, phone charger, band-aid, wrappers, map stock. Where the hell is the damn medallion at?
I guess it was in the other.
You son of a gun!
I jumped in late. I was like watching on my phone in the car, watching the train.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's right here. Something model medallion serial number. Yeah. That sounds like a some sort of laptop device or electronic device.
Yeah, it is a laptop device. Yeah.
Smith & Wesson make a knife similar to a K-bar. That is true. But I think that was the pocket knife. But then again, I mean, well, the sheath that was left behind was definitely it's right here, the Smith & Wesson pocket knife. The sheath was definitely, it had the K-bar insignia on it. So yeah, they did find multiple knives. They picked up this knife and then a Smith & Wesson pocket knife. It was 4. Sammy says there would absolutely be some physical evidence in the car. Absolutely not possible for none. Even if he stripped down naked, would be some blood and it would get in the ventilation system. I agree 100%. 100%. There should be something in there that we're not aware of. But I think that's going to do it for us today, y'all. We're going to be back tomorrow night. So I think we might be doing this morning show. And I haven't even talked to you, Blue or Haim, about it, but would you be up for doing a morning show about an hour every, couple, 3 times a week, maybe twice a week on the mornings? I think I'm going to do it.
I might be tired because I get out of work at 8 in the morning some days, but I'm off for sure.
All right, cool. So, sometimes Blue will be on, sometimes it'll just be me, depending on what time we go on. But we're going to be talking about some other stuff too. We're not just going to be going deep into the Bryan Kohberger and the Idaho 4 case. We're going to be talking other news and things that are in the news, other events, world events, things like that, pop culture. So tune in, tell a friend, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way you're notified of this. I know George in there said that he didn't get a notification, which is crazy. If you're not getting notifications, I would recommend just unsubbing, then subbing right back. And sometimes that'll fix the situation. But that's all I got for you guys today. Blue, do you have any final words?
I just want to say, y'all be safe out there. I just wanted to let everybody know that it was my daughter's birthday yesterday, and I went to some place called AR Entertainment, and that place is pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. They had roller skating, laser tag, mini golf, playground, arcade, pizza, beer, whatever you want. It's a cool place in San Antonio if you all live in San Antonio.
Hell yeah. And Mar R asked, what about Jaime? Jaime works during the day, so he's just going to, if he gets a day off, he'll probably be on here. But if he's not, he'll be working. And yes, we will be talking about Ohio and what's going on over there. If you guys have pictures and or videos of anything that you guys have seen in that area, please email it to us. We'd like to bring attention to it, talk about the situation. Our email is drunkturkeyshow@gmail.com. And so we would appreciate that. But you guys have a great night or a great day. If there's some more breaking news or anything, we'll throw out another video. May not be live.
I think the only news that I saw was that the Murdaugh case.
Oh yeah.
They threw out one of the jurors.
Oh, really? I need to look at that. Why?
She was talking to some family members of her about the case, or him. I don't know if her or him, but that they threw her out just like during the closing statements. So they're going to bring in an alternative, and they have to do that one more time or two more times, and they're just going to do a mistrial and probably have to reschedule a trial again.
Damn, that'd be crazy, man. That would definitely be crazy. Well, stay tuned. We'll be updating everybody on that as well. We appreciate everybody. Hit that like button on your way out. Ring that notification bell. Peace out.